Tonight we're up at Lucky Peak, one of a series of foothills that make up the Boise Front north of our capital city. Recently, wildlife biologists discovered that this area is one of the best places to observe migrating birds of prey. Now that's great news if you're a wild bird watcher, but it's even more exciting for the scientists who study these mysterious creatures.
There's one being stooped by two other little ones, but I can't really tell what they are. Just have to move in a little bit closer.
Researchers speculate that the arid Snake River Plain acts as a natural barrier to birds of prey as they migrate south for the winter. They skirt the area by soaring along its edge, drifting over the foothills and following the ridgeline south. It's a remarkable occurrence that invites study because very little data has been gathered on the migration of these majestic birds.
It's an adult sharpshin. There he is.
Each day of the fall migration, volunteers armed with binoculars count and record every raptor, hawks, falcons, eagles, and other birds of prey that they see. Last fall, from September 1st to October 20th, they recorded 3,572 birds of prey passing through the area. This year, with a more concentrated effort, the count may exceed 4,500. Where are they coming from? Where do they go in the winter? What migration routes are they using? Are their numbers increasing or declining? Researchers are hoping to learn the answers to these questions by capturing some of the birds and marking them with leg bands.
Nice fall day.
Yeah.
Wildlife biologists Kirk Bates and Bruce Hawk weren't expecting to be dealing with snow, frozen nets, and a frigid wind the first week of October. But then nothing's predictable in the wildlife business.
Okay. Start spreading that end out down there and we'll see how frozen it is.
The trap site is located at the crest of a peak in the foothills, right in the face of a bitter wind. It consists of a series of nets strung between poles that will capture a low-flying bird, and 3 ground-level traps called bow nets.
Then as a raptor comes in, we use the pigeon to lure it into the center of the net, and then as the raptor actually comes down to grab the pigeon, we spring the net and catch the raptor.
The pigeon has 2 companions, a dove and a house sparrow. The smaller birds lure in smaller raptors like sharp-shinned hawks or kestrels. Each lure bird is laced into a leather jacket that serves to protect them from the raptors and also attaches them to a lure line. This allows the biologist to lift them in the air, displaying them temptingly to any passing hawks or eagles cruising nearby.
This is their little rock houses that we put for them at the site so that they can go in to avoid weather extremities. It's hot in the first part of the season, then it gets cold, as you can see right now, during the latter part of the season.
Finally, everything is set up and the biologists disappear inside the blind to settle down and wait.
Yeah, we're always on the constant lookout because birds, we only see probably half of the birds that really come into the station. The others blindside us, so we always have to present the pigeon about once every minute or two.
This is what the raptor sees when Kirk presents the pigeon. Last fall, 368 birds of prey were lured into the trap site by this setup and captured.
All right, you caught a goshawk. Wait.
I got him.
Okay.
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 That's a good way to start today.
Great.
Oh,
We can set the bow net and check the pigeon. Looks like a male due to its size. You can see how fast things happen. Again, we don't have any idea where these birds are coming from. That's what we hope to achieve with this project.
Goshawks are one of the larger birds of prey that migrate through the area. Like most raptor species, the male goshawk is generally smaller than the female.
We slide into this can. Then we take some of the measurements in the can as well as its weight, but it also keeps the bird calm.
The main purpose of the trapping project is to band the birds in hopes that they'll be recovered somewhere, and the bands returned to the address inscribed inside. In this manner, researchers can get some idea where the birds travel.
8.9.
Various measurements are taken in order to record some baseline data on the birds, such as the goshawk's weight and the length of the talon or claw.
Millimeters for a tail measurement.
The project has caught the attention of a number of groups who have come on board with funding or in-kind contributions. The list reads like a page out of a natural resource guide. The Forest Service, the National Biological Service, the Idaho Department of Fish and Game, Bureau of Land Management, Boise State University, Boise's Golden Eagle chapter of the National Audubon Society, and to help sustain the volunteers a food credit at the Boise Co-op. Despite the long list of cooperators, the actual funding is limited, and the project is dependent on the generosity of volunteers.
Okay, the goshawk's finished being processed and we're ready to release him.
It's a handsome bird. The males have a wingspan up to 3.5 feet. As he matures, his plumage will turn from this brown to a beautiful silver. Kirk tosses the goshawk into the air, and the bird is gone.
Raptors are a good indicator of ecosystems and the health of those ecosystems. And if the top level predators in an ecosystem are doing well, then overall that's a good indicator that the system is healthy.
And that's when I realized...
The second capture of the day is another one of the larger raptor species.
This is great because we don't catch very many of these. It's an adult redtail.
The RedTail Hawk is equipped with talons large enough to carry off a ground squirrel or jackrabbit. Its diet is mainly small mammals. Redtails are not as likely to be drawn in by the prey offered here.
Okay, our trap time was...
It was 14:37.
Okay.
Once again, measurements and weight are recorded, and the redtail is fitted with the all-important leg band. Before releasing her, Kirk spreads her wing, displaying how truly regal this creature is. Then, he sets her free. She flies away, soaring gracefully above the earth, riding the wind.